Namaste. What does a text message that you don't like, a vision room, and a prize mindset all have in common? Well, I'll show you here. When it comes to a text message that you don't like, do you feel that you're not the prize and you're trying to chase somebody? Well, here's what you need to do to not feel like that, to believe in yourself, and to be the best version of yourself is to have a vision room. When you have a vision room and you get a text that you don't like from somebody, what you need to do is start writing it down, but not one time, not two times, over and over again. Imagine somebody that likes you and they've been texting you in a certain way. There's a certain pattern. There's some exclamation points that come when you wake up in the morning. You're ready to receive this text from them. You're ready to receive this abundance that you feel that you deserve because you've put some work in. Sometimes you're a little bit confused. Am I the prize or is the other person the prize? Should I text back right now or should I not text back right now? Should I wait for 2 hours, 3 hours? Should I ask ChatGPT or should I not? And then some of the things that you do is you start running through these things in your mind. And then what you might do is you might talk to a friend, a coach, a therapist, which are not bad things, especially people who are non-biased. But when you're talking to sources that you don't know, what happens is that your mind starts wandering. You start having things rent space in your head for free. You start clogging up the equity in your mind by trying to fix your emotions, overcome your thoughts, control your mind, try to be positive and negative. Those things are judgments. You don't accept yourself, you don't have compassion towards yourself, and you're not empathetic because you have things reeling in your mind and you don't know why this text message is allowing your self-esteem to go lower than it should be. Well, here's the thing about this text message is that whatever's happening on these texts has nothing to do with you. And remember, this process, Mind Hygiene, that is not going to help you all the time. Probably help you 70 to 80%. When you write these things down over and over again, it will help you. When it comes to self-belief and the prize mindset, let's say this person that's texting you back is your girlfriend or a person that you want to date, and you feel that she is not getting back to you because you may have done this, you may have said that, you did this. Now, here's the thing about being a prize. Being the prize is not conceited. It doesn't have anything to do with your ego. It doesn't have anything to do with you needing to be in control. It has to do with self-esteem, self-belief, and understanding that emotions are emotional. You need to understand that, not fix emotions, but understand that. Do you want to talk to somebody? No. Do you want somebody to agree with you? No. Do you want somebody to badger you and bash you? No. What you need to do is you need to write it down. Let's take one example. You are the prize because you're taking care of your spiritual health. You're spiritually connected to your creator. You're taking care of your mind. You are meditating. You are sitting down, focusing on your breath. You're writing things down. And that way you're saying that, look, even though I didn't get this text message back, I'm not going to choose the path of least resistance. I am going to work out. I am going to take care of myself. I am going to write in my vision room, and I'm going to do it for 1 second. And that's where you know that you're a prize. When you get something that you don't want, you get somebody that you don't want to be around, you start fixing your emotions around it. You start controlling your mind around it, blocking things out. And what happens is that you start losing your core values health. Your core values is, what do you actually believe in? Do you believe that if somebody doesn't text you back, a girl you're never going to see again, do you believe that you should go eat bad, you should drink, or you should talk to somebody that's bad? Is that in your core values? Well, you're not the prize then. You see where I'm coming from here, right? You need to be able to understand yourself without having somebody penetrate your mind. What does that mean for you? That means that, what is your vision? Where are you going with your life? You need to be able to write down that your vision, for example here, is to help others believe in themselves. Now, if you want to do that, don't you want your inspirational health to be good? Well, when it comes to writing some of these things down, it can be confusing. I call it the 12 colors of health, 11 pillars, 13 pillars, 13 colors. I'm still designing this, and that's what the vision room is. And I'm not the only one that's doing this, and I'm not going to tell you that it's going to work all the time. But imagine if you take a text message that you don't like, you write it down, you mind hygiene it, that means you write it, and then you understand it, you don't fix it, and you embrace it. Let's take another example here. Here's a meditation that I came up with, and I call it the sadhu meditation. In my language, sadhu is a comfort food. So I was like, I want this. But I'm like, wait a second, let's not put too much oil in it. Let's put a lot of lentils, make it high protein. Wait a second, maybe this could be a cool meditation. What is this? What am I calling this? And I just designed this on the vision room. You have to understand that. Like, I just sat here one day and I looked at all of the inspirations that I have on my wall, and I looked at some of the things that I want to accomplish, and I'm like, look, if this person rejects me, I need a toolkit now, because I don't want to drink, because I've been sober for almost 7 years now from alcohol and cocaine. I don't want to eat bad. I just lost 40 pounds in 1 year. I don't want to gain that weight again. I need to live within my spiritual health. I'm doing a mission that's greater than me. Well, let's write this rejection toolkit down so I don't get into these bad habits. And what this is not a good habit. It is an investment in your health. S-A-A-R-U, Saru. S would be, now I wrote soul taker here, but I'm going to say smile, because you have so much. You have so much in your life, you can smile first. And then you accept defeat. How about that? That means you're not fixing, you're not overcoming, you're not fighting, you're accepting defeat. Acknowledge God's work. There could be something that's greater for you. You may need to develop your prize mindset a little bit more. Go on a ridiculous run. Or here, what I did was actually transfer that to Google Doc, and I said I want to do a responsibility transfer to God, my creator, whoever it is that you believe in. Hey, look, I have ran, I've taken a soul, I've smiled, I've accepted defeat, and I've acknowledged God's work. Why don't you take the responsibility and transfer the responsibility over to God? And then usher in something new, or embrace uncertainty. S-A-A-R-U, S is smile when you get rejected, S is smile, A, accept defeat, A, acknowledge God's work, R, ridiculous run, you work out, take care of yourself, transfer the responsibility over to God, and then you usher in uncertainty. Imagine that. I'm just sitting here in the vision room and being able to write these things down. Once again, when you start applying these things, when you start applying these mind hygiene techniques where you write down supported by medical evidence, it's not going to work. Think about it like this. It's not going to work all the time. 70 to 80% is a high day. That's good. That's good. You're staying within your core values. You're working out. You might eat a couple of chips. You might eat a couple of Skittles, but that's it. You saw the couple there. You're not going to let it take your soul. You're going to take somebody else's soul. You're going to say that if somebody does something to me, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to respond. And the soul taking is not something to take in. It's more for you to say, if somebody else was to get rejected, they would eat bad, they would drink, they would eat ice cream, choose the path of least resistance, watch a movie. Instead, I'm going to take that soul out of me, and I'm going to replace that with the prize mindset. So this text message that you get, what you want to do is you want to keep doing these things all the time, over and over and over again. Develop these core values. Understand what it is. What is it that you want? I want in January 1st of 2026, I want to have enough independence and financial freedom where I can do this full time. And when I look at some of these things over and over, and you have to understand is that this is just a vision room. I have Google Docs. I write all the time. Sometimes I'll transfer some of these things when I think is really cool, but the vision room, especially when you think about like the orange and the blue are the ones that really stimulate my mind. But what am I trying to inspire you here with? And I like that word. I tell this to my patients all the time. I'm a board certified practicing family doctor, and I tell them, look, whatever I'm saying may not work for you. You may not even like it, but if whatever you did yesterday doesn't work, follow the people that are doing the work every day. No, don't follow them. Inspire from them. Don't take advice from them. Engage with them, understand them, and inspire from them. Why is it that they're here? Some of these things that have happened, I've done this relationship rehab, which I just made up just like a month ago. Relationship rehab is like, why is it that I feel this way when somebody texts me? I needed to know. So what I did was I wrote down all of the relationships that I've had, well, the people that I allowed to influence me from when I was 0 to 8 years old, 8 to 17, 17 to 21, 21 to 26. What I realized in the 11 pillars, or I like to call it 11 colors of health, is that my spiritual health was okay. My mind health is really bad because everybody that I knew almost hated themselves. Physical health, nobody even knew what that was. My sexual health was horrible. My financial health was terrible. My inspirational health was just okay. Core values health was not that good. Executional health, my mom, dad, and my brother executed very well. So I inspired from that. The visionary health, my dad did have a vision, but still the core values was so bad, and the relationship health that they had was so bad that I have to understand that I need to figure out a way to forgive